massive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream, and welcome to all your latest Chelsea news ahead of tomorrow's massive game against Everton at Stamford Bridge. As always, big up to everybody that's already locked in. Make sure you're smashing the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff, and get involved in the chat. Guys, we've got a packed show. Lots of news to go through. Interesting AZ Alkmaar midfielder Kees Smit. All the latest news ahead of Everton. Cole Palmer, potentially a doubt for that game. We got interest as well in Sunderland midfielder Noah Siddiqui. Plus, we've got the latest on the front of shirt sponsor. And for about the 500th time, Chelsea could be closing in on a new front of shirt sponsor. We have got all that to dive into. Of course, Enzo Maresca named manager of the month for November as well. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Just a quick reminder, as always, people, make sure you check out Jerseys FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description, guys. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Great quality, affordable prices, names, numbers, patches, whatever you want on the back. Make sure you take advantage this festive season. Get yourself a nice present. Make sure you're looking good in the latest kit. Code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Link in the description for Jerseys FC Soccer Shop, guys. Now, that is enough about that. Let's get that off screen. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Not confident about Everton game. No, I'm not either. Yeah, we're going to get into this. Yes, big up, brother. Big up, big up. Yes, big up. Hope you're doing well. Yes, big up, brother. Yeah, run the likes up, people. Run those likes up. Friday afternoon settings. And this is all... Has this all changed a little bit? No, we're good here. We're good here. Right. Okay, then, chat. We said hello to a few people. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. What should we start with, guys? I'll tell you what. Let's start with a front of shirt sponsor, and then we'll get into the transfer stuff and the game. Because the front of shirt sponsor... Here we are. Nizar Kinsella. There's been a big update from him, and obviously there's been some sort of collective briefing on this. Chelsea weren't in talks to sign Deal. So Deal are some sort of company who reportedly Chelsea had a front of shirt sponsorship deal lined up with, and then they missed out to Arsenal, and they're going to be Arsenal's sleeve sponsor. But anyway, Chelsea weren't in talks with Deal, are now Arsenal's sleeve sponsor for their front of shirt real estate. Deal only had budget for a sleeve sponsor, which was already filled by FTP for Chelsea. Chelsea are believed to be close to a sleeve sponsor with a new... mate, this tweet, he's had an absolute nightmare here. This has been poor. Chelsea believed to be close to a shirt sponsor with a new sleeve sponsor from the 26-27 season and beyond. Front of shirts deal is also in the works. How many times are we going to hear that a front of shirt sponsor is in the works? Last international break, it was, oh, by the way, Oracle is really close and that's going to be announced soon. Nope, Oracle wasn't really close and Oracle isn't going to be announced anytime soon. This is what must be the 500th false start and false dawn on this. Yeah. I don't know what to say, but it's honestly, it's utterly ridiculous. I'm so bored of this conversation about a front of shirt sponsor. It just isn't interesting. Guys, just get it together. What have you been waiting for? You had 3 years to sort this out. 3 years. And nothing's happened. Nothing. Absolutely nothing in 3 years. We had a little deal with Infinite Athlete. We had the Mac. We whacked him on for a little bit last season. We've got nothing. We have got nothing. Close to securing a front of shirt sponsor. Guys, I've just heard this way too many times before. But hey, maybe this time we're going to get away with it. At this point, I really don't care what the front of shirt sponsor is or who the front of shirt sponsor are. Get something on the front and then we can stop talking about this and stop being an embarrassment in this particular department. Because right now, what we are doing in this particular department is nothing short of a disgrace, chat. Nothing short of a disgrace at what's going on right now. In terms of our shirt sponsorship situation. So look, new shirt sponsor maybe is getting a little bit closer, but what I would like to know is why is there still nothing sorted in that regard? Are we asking for too much money? Are we asking for too long a deal? I'm unsure. But again, look, ultimately, to me, it doesn't really make much difference. But at the end of the day, it's got to be something that's sorted out, because we are missing out on revenue. So yeah, and then this stuff with Deal were apparently never under consideration for Chelsea's front of shirt sponsor. They only had the budget for the sleeve sponsorship. So yeah, that Deal stuff, that was not true. I mean, we could have Ronald McDonald on the front of the shirt. We could do that. We could do that. No, we haven't signed. Not today. Not today. Yesterday, I think there was one. I think it's Mohamed Zongo or Zango. Zongo, I think it is Mohamed Zongo, the Burkina Faso midfield player who impressed at the Under-17 World Cup. He did sign yesterday. But today, actually, we're reportedly leading the race for an 18-year-old. So we are moving up. We are moving up slightly. I'm not sure front of shirt sponsors priority at Chelsea. Well, I mean, it should be a priority because it needs to be dealt with. The fact that there is no front of shirt sponsor is just, I just can't get my head around it. I just don't understand what we are doing here. Like, why is this not been sorted out? And then this as well, by the way. So this deal that we signed. So this deal that we signed with FPT, right? I didn't realize that's not long term. That FPT sleeve is just for the rest of this season, and we're now close to another sleeve sponsor from the 26-27 season and beyond. So nothing sponsorship wise has been long term at all, whether it's front of shirt, whether it's sleeve sponsor, whatever it might be. None of this has been long term. Why can we only negotiate short-term deals? The commercial side of Chelsea has been a shambles on this front, an absolute shambles. And look, I'm no businessman. I don't profess to be. I don't know what the ins and outs of these deals are, but I know full well that these guys could have sorted a deal by now, but obviously the deal that they want, they're not able to get, which suggests to me that their demands are unreasonable in terms of A, money being asked for, and B, length of sponsorship deal. These guys probably want a sponsorship deal locked in for 7 or 8 years, like the contracts that we sign players down to. That's what I think the holdup is that it's the money situation, and it's also a situation in regards to length of sponsorship deal. You might get a 2 or 3 year deal. You might get a 2 or 3 year deal with a sponsor. You're not getting a 7 or 8 year deal with a sponsor. So yeah, there we are. There we go. That is the latest on bro. Short-term deals aren't smart. It just shows that we can't secure a long-term deal. Sleeve sponsor changing every 6 months. Front of shirt sponsor, we can't get one. Bro, we're not leaving money on the table. We are leaving money on the table. We're leaving a lot of money on the table. But hey, let's wait and see. I'll believe it when I see it on the shirt, because right now we've had so many false dawns with this front of shirt situation. And let's wait and see what happens. Ultimately, just get it sorted, guys. It really isn't that difficult to do. So whatever you're fussing about, just get it dealt with. Seriously. Anyway, we're going to move away from that chat because we're going to do what we do best on this channel now. And I don't know, but again, that was one of my initial thoughts. But then obviously, we haven't had a resolution to that yet. And apparently a resolution is due quite soon. There was a report earlier this week saying that, yeah, there was going to be a deal it's going to be sorted quite soon. Not a deal, sorry. There's going to be a conclusion to that next week or something. So we could have our answer to what's going to happen about those 74 charges very, very soon. Bro, respectfully, that is utter nonsense. You're saying, right, that you think the manager is the reason why we can't do a deal for a shirt sponsor on the front of the shirt. Just can we just clarify this? The reason Chelsea can't get a front of shirt sponsor, in your opinion, is because of the manager. I mean, that's quite something. Everyone's entitled to their opinion on this channel, but that's mental. That's absolutely mental. No, bro, the only people losing us money are the owners by not agreeing a deal. That's the reason we're losing money, is because we haven't got a front of shirt sponsor. And that's down to the commercial people at the club. And it's down to the ownership as well. But anyway, there's no point playing the blame game. It's a collective shambles from everyone involved on the commercial side of things, and they need to get their shit together. Anyway, we are going to discuss transfers because that's what we do best on this channel, and it's coming up to the winter window. And as you can imagine, I mean, look, I don't think Chelsea will be particularly active in January, but that hasn't stopped players being linked. And this afternoon, we have had links with AZ Alkmaar, 18-year-old Dutch midfielder Kees Smit. Now, Chelsea are emerging as the front runners in the race for AZ Alkmaar's highly rated midfielder Kees Smit, who's also on Newcastle's radar. He's rated at £25 million. There's been recent dialogue between Chelsea and Smit's camp, although it's unclear whether they will make a move in January, with the Blues expecting more of a quiet winter transfer window after revamping their squad in the closed season. Now, for me, Kees Smit, by the way, is a good player, talented boy. You know, he's done really well for the Dutch youth sides. He's done very well for AZ Alkmaar. You know, he's probably one of the next big names in terms of young midfielders coming through in Europe. Now, I'm going to get to my thoughts on midfield players. Is that the reason why I think we're looking at midfielders and being linked to midfielders is because of the injury issue surrounding Romeo Lavia. I think there's a genuine decision for Chelsea to make come the end of the season in regards to Romeo Lavia. And that's why I feel we're being linked with midfield players. Andre Santos, I think, again, is Andre Santos even safe? We know there's going to be offers for Santos. Would Chelsea cash in on Santos? I can't say they wouldn't. I can't say they wouldn't cash in on Santos. I'm not saying they definitely would, but I can't say they wouldn't. By the way, guys, keep smashing the likes on the stream. It's free. It takes seconds to do. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So run these likes up, guys. We're 60 in the building. We're only on 30 likes. Get this up to 50 likes ASAP, guys, and smash the subscribe button as well to help a brother out. Come on, people. Yeah, look, that's my thing. Like all of this midfield business is based on Romeo Lavia. Now, as I said, Andre Santos, could Chelsea cash in potentially? Obviously, we know that Moises Caicedo is going anywhere. I don't think Dario Asugu, after one injury hit season, will be going anywhere either. Do I feel that Enzo Fernandez is going anywhere? Not this summer at all. No, maybe next summer potentially. I don't really know. I don't know, but there are decisions to make in midfield, big decisions to make in midfield. And I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what Chelsea are like? They're always on the look for the top talents in Europe and around the world, and where Kees Smit would even fit in, I've got absolutely no idea. But for me, this only makes sense if, look, would a deal for Kees Smit, would you plan to send him to Strasbourg for a bit? Is Strasbourg an upgrade on Alkmaar? Maybe Strasbourg is an upgrade on Alkmaar. There's probably not an awful lot in it right now. But yeah, there needs to be a clear plan. There needs to be a clear plan. We know the likes of Real Madrid have been interested in Smit. I think Bayern Munich, there's been interest as well. So yeah, look, we're going to have to wait and see. No, I don't think it is, because Lavia's not on big wages. Lavia's not on big wages at all. So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything financial in regards to a decision to offload Lavia. That is more about him not being available enough for us. That's what it boils down to. Yes, big up, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, I've not watched an awful lot of him. I know he did well at the Under-17 World Cup for Burkina Faso. Obviously, currently playing in Africa. He's going to go to Strasbourg first. But yeah, look, that's someone that I'm not going to be thinking about for a while, because it's going to be a while till he plays for us, if he does, at the end of the day. We're going to get into that, brother. We're going to get into that. Yes, big up, big up. Bro, we got to stop doing this thing, right, where people think players aren't good because they've come from lesser clubs. Does that mean because Sadio Mane was playing for Southampton, he was shit? Does that mean because Van Dijk came from Celtic, then Southampton, is he shit? You know, because Mohamed Salah come from Basel and then went to Roma and Fiorentina, was he shit? We've got to stop doing this thing, right, where we look down on players because of the club that they come from. Top players are going to come from lesser clubs as well. The top clubs aren't always producing all the top players. So this is my point, right? Just because someone plays for a lesser team doesn't make them lesser talent. Barco's been good. I mean, look, let's see. I don't think he wants a false nine. I think Chelsea right now, the team might be better suited to a false nine. But ultimately as well, like, there's not many top quality strikers available on the market. Are there better strikers available than we've got? Yes, but in terms of the top level, there's very few. And then there's even less who are actually available and might want to come. No, I don't think so. I think it's, for me personally, it's more to do with the Lavia situation. But again, as well, like, it's just to do with Chelsea just seem to like hoarding talent at the end of the day. So it'll be a combination of probably hoarding talent, a combination of agents using Chelsea to get their players' name out there because they know that Chelsea are always going to go for younger players. and a bit of a combination with the with obviously the Lavia situation as well. Yeah, but again, Chelsea, when the interest in Ekitike was never serious. It was never serious. I knew, despite the links of Ekitike, that we weren't serious about signing him, that an offer wasn't going to go in. We weren't going to spend the money that it would have taken to get Ekitike. We simply weren't. Again, though, Chelsea weren't that interested in Voltemada. If Chelsea genuinely wanted Voltemada, then they would have gone and got him. We could have signed him ahead of Newcastle, but the interest in him wasn't there. Chelsea did not have a serious level of interest in Nick Voltemada. That's just the reality. Yeah, bro, we're going to get onto the Sadiki links in a sec. But just a bit more on Kees Smit. Big up to Connor, who's obviously very good with the analysis and all that stuff. We'll get him back on short at some point. Kees Smit, Chelsea links, one of my favourite young midfielders in the world, has been compared to the likes of Pedri, De Bruyne, etc. But I also see aspects of Elliot Anderson, which is why I like the idea of his translation to Premier League football. Central carrier, composure and press resistance to take it in tight areas, using his fast twitch movements and body usage to protect the ball and wriggle away. He's a powerful runner with a strong frame, long strides for regains and explosive carries. His quality in deep areas, can progress the ball and connect play. Also has ability in the final third, loves a pass into the half space, and has good ball striking from range. So, look, by the way, according to his work, to his analysis of the player that he's done, he sounds very promising. But ultimately, I'm wanting players to come in that are going to make a difference to the first team straight away. And as talented as Kees Smit might be, he's not going to make a difference to the first team right now, is he? He's not going to make a difference to the first team right now. This kid can definitely develop into a top midfield player. He's one of the most exciting young talents in Europe right now. So, of course, Chelsea are linked with him. Of course they are. A move in January, I think unlikely, but you just never know. You just never know. I'm just not too sure. Well, we don't even know. We don't even know if he's coming, and we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, look, I've said it many times. Just said it on the channel after the game. Said it on Sky after the game as well. Maresca's got to stop with this fullbacks in midfield experiment. I mean, look, James is fine, but I mean, the finishing situation with Cucurella and Gusto playing is basically number 8s and number 10s. That's got to stop. That does have to stop when you've got other options. It has to. That they shouldn't be there. So look, the links to Kees Smit. We've been linked with Smit before, but this seems to be the most concrete links so far with Kees Smit. Obviously, it's not been confirmed by anyone else at this point in time. You know, maybe more reliable sources that it's not been there yet. Kees Smit fits the profile of midfield player that Chelsea would potentially be looking for. Technical midfielder, but there's going to be a lot of clubs after him next summer. A lot of clubs. So it's important to see. It's important to see what happens. I think he was playing Conference League football last night or Europa League football. Bro, to be honest, I don't think we're going to get either of those players. I mean, look, By the way, I don't think Smit's gonna. I don't think Chelsea will sign Smit, and I think if he does come, it's on the proviso that someone in midfield leaves, or it's on the proviso of going to Strasbourg first with an option to going to Chelsea later on. I don't believe so. I don't think so at all. But let's wait until we get there. Bro, I don't understand why you've got such an agenda. The manager has made mistakes. Of course he has. He's got things wrong tactically, 100%. But over his time at the club, he has done a very good job. He got us back into the top four and he won 2 trophies last season. That was the best possible season, arguably, we could have had outside of maybe domestic cups. We had a very, very good season. This season has not been as good. It's been a difficult start to the season. But with his season last season and what he achieved, he's shown that he can win and he's shown that he is a good manager. Now he has to fight. Now he has to work on a way of breaking down teams that play 5 at the back, and he's got to work on a way of taking Chelsea to the next level. But he's absolutely not a bad manager. If you think he's a bad manager, fine. But I just think that's so wrong. What else is being said? Bro, you're doing all these ifs and buts. Oh, you know, if we'd been better in Christmas, then we wouldn't have been in a battle for the top 4. It doesn't matter. Forest did drop off. We didn't. We put together a good run of form, and we finished where we deserved to finish. You know, this idea that we only did this because of this is just rubbish. It really is. Now, Maresca doesn't trust Santos right now. Because if he trusted Santos, he would have played him against Bournemouth. He would have played him against Atalanta. Instead, he didn't see a single minute in either of those games. Well, we won the Club World Cup as well. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a trophy. All I'm saying is the last 2 seasons, we hadn't got the top 4. Potter and Lampard failed. Pochettino failed. Maresca came in, got us back into the Champions League, and now we need to push on. And he's earned the right to show that he can push on. You guys that think he should go don't realise that a manager, we're not going to get an upgrade in terms of a manager. We're not going to get an upgrade. If it was a case of, by the way, you can have Carlo Ancelotti and Maresca can go, fine, no problem. I'm happy with that. But who do you think is coming in to do a better job that is realistic? Please tell me. Because Iriola is not that good. He wouldn't do a better job. Oliver Glasner wouldn't do a better job at Chelsea with the current squad and the current scenario. So it's a classic case again of be careful what you wish for. Players suddenly that aren't rated at Chelsea, they leave, and now suddenly fans are rating them. He's not a shit manager. Like, who do you think's coming in to do a better job? Please give me a better man. Please name me a manager who is realistic that will come in and do a better job. Please tell me. Please tell me, because I'm not. You think Liam Rossini is going to do a good job? He's struggled in the Championship in England. Yes, he's rebuilding at Strasbourg, doing well. Again, that's where you're very wrong. He will get a top job. He will. Whether you like it or not, he will. Now, I'm not saying the manager's perfect. The manager's made mistakes. Of course he has. But this idea that he's crap and that, he doesn't deserve a chance to turn things round, I just don't understand where that's coming from. He's not. Zidane is not coming to club football. Zidane is going to take over the France job after Didier Deschamps this summer. That is what Zidane's next management move is. bro, Glasner is not doing a better job with this current Chelsea squad. He's not. We haven't even got the players to play a back three anyway with Glasner. So that's not happening. Emery is a good manager. Again, not a manager that would come to Chelsea. Not a manager that Chelsea would go for. Guys, can we just please use our brains when we're making suggestions? Simone Inzaghi has just gone to Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. Again, another manager who Chelsea are not going to go for. They won't go for that caliber of manager. It's not the caliber of manager this ownership go for. They go for young, up-and-coming managers. This idea of proven players and proven managers coming to Chelsea is fairy tale make-believe stuff. That doesn't happen anymore under this ownership. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, look, I agree. I said it. I agree on the overlapping fullbacks. The one side minimum needs to be overlapping. Yeah, both are above Chelsea right now by about, well, yeah, Villa are doing very well. Palace are, what, 1 point ahead or level on points or whatever. Look, Glasner's done a good job, but that doesn't mean that he would do a good job at Chelsea. That doesn't mean that he would, that where the pressure is tenfold compared to what the pressure is at Crystal Palace, that he would do better. You know, look, I suspect he probably can, and maybe he thinks, and wrongly in my opinion, that that he doesn't think that suits it. But anyway. Anyway. Guys, keep smashing the likes. Subscribe if you're new as well. How many likes are we on? 50 likes. Guys, get this up to 100 likes. Keep smashing the like button. Help me out. It's free. It takes seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it. So let's run these likes up, people. No, bro, it's not negative. It's facts. It's just being truthful. You know, I deal with realism. I deal with realism. But anyway, Kees Smit, potentially Chelsea bound, potentially January, more likely next summer, but there's going to be a lot of top clubs interested in Smit. Now, we're going to bring up interest in another midfield player who arrived this summer in the Premier League from Union Saint-Gilloise, the Belgian side. And that is Noah Siddiqui of Sunderland. Now, for some reason, I cannot translate this tweet from French. But what it basically means is Man United and Chelsea are interested in Noah Siddiqui. That is basically what it translates to. And I'm going to read the article. So, according to Sacha Tavlieri, Man United and Chelsea are in the race for Noah Siddiqui. The battle is already underway, and it concerns a name relatively unknown to the general public, but not to scouts. Noah Siddiqui, the Congolese midfielder from Sunderland, is attracting a lot of interest to the point that Man United and Chelsea have decided to step up their pursuit. According to our information, Chelsea acted immediately after Sunderland beat them at Stamford Bridge in October, contacting the Black Cats to inquire about the asking price for the 20-year-old. This direct approach is a sign of the very serious interest from Stamford Bridge. Chelsea aren't alone. United have long had Siddiqui in their sights. The Red Devils had already approached the player's reps at the start of the season. Proof that the situation is being closely monitored. For looking for a midfielder, United could turn to Siddiqui if signing Baleba becomes too expensive. With Chelsea aggressive in the transfer market and Man United looking for creative solutions, the race to sign Noah Siddiqui is officially on. So let's I mean, look, I'll be honest. I can't even remember. I mean, Siddiqui must have played against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I don't really know that much about him. I don't know how well he's done. He's clearly done reasonably well for Sunderland. He's played in 14 out of the 15 Premier League games so far this season. Clearly athletic, physical, gets around the pitch, making a very good impression. Sunderland signed him this summer. He's under contract for a number of years. I mean, no one else credible it has reported this interest. Doesn't mean it's not true. The info must have come from somewhere. I don't know where it's come from, but it must have come from somewhere. But I'd be very surprised if we made a move. I really would be very surprised. I presume Siddiqui is I presume Siddiqui is going to the African Cup of Nations with Congo. And so he'll be missing from Sunderland for a while. Yeah, no, bro, I hear you. But unfortunately, this is the way that we operate right now. And this is the way that things are going to be for the foreseeable in the transfer market. Well, bro, until the manager's given the squad that he needs, until the manager's given the squad with everything, is given a complete squad in terms of everything that he needs, then the recruitment is always going to be an issue. And I said it in the summer, the way that we've recruited, we are capped at top 4 with this recruitment. We are, because we're not signing top players. We're not getting quality in the positions we need it. We don't have a top goalkeeper. We don't have a top centre-back. And we still need... Yeah, and I agree. I agree that the fact that we still can't break down back fives is a major problem and is a flaw that predates Maresca, but it's very much a problem under him, and he needs to sort it out. I'm not denying that fact at all. That is absolutely the case, and that's absolutely something that needs to be sorted out. However, my caveat to that would be as well that if there was more proven quality in the team, more proven quality in the final third, then this potentially would be less of an issue. But the reality is, outside of Cole Palmer, the quality in the final third is not good. Esteval is a young kid and he's doing well. Not the finished article. Garnacho and Gittins, not great. Pedro Neto has been our best winger, has played reasonably well this season, but his actual wing play is pretty average. Then you've got Leon Delap and Joao Pedro, who are not good enough. So at this point in time. So look, agreed, has to do better in that aspect. But if there was better quality in the final third, I feel that this would perhaps be less of an issue. Yeah, the wingers are isolated and the wingers are not good one-on-one. And because we don't overlap the fullback, they're left 2-on-1 every single time. And we haven't got good 1v1 wingers. So that is something that must change. Must change. It must change, chap. Got to do better from that point of view tactically. From a tactical perspective, must do better in that regard. Yeah, bro, Maresca is under huge pressure tomorrow if we don't win. 100% he is. There's no escaping that fact. That is absolutely the case. He is under pressure if we don't win tomorrow. We desperately, desperately need a result tomorrow. Of course we do. He's not. He's not, just to confirm. Bro, it's not about not having enough players to compete. It's about having the required quality. We don't have, outside of our strongest 11, the squad depth is poor. It's not of the required quality, which is why we aren't competing. Yeah, I agree. Look, Badiashile, for me, I don't think he's good enough. I have to be perfectly honest. Outside of that Liverpool game, you know, his next ones have been poor. His performance has been poor. Achimpong is a strange one. He played very well against Atalanta, but we know that we're not probably going to see him again for a while. But Tosin has not played, didn't play against Bournemouth. The Tosin sub was weird against Atalanta. Could have just literally chucked on an attacker, shifted Achimpong to centre back, and put Gusto or Reece at right back. So yeah, I agree to an extent. No, I don't even bother looking at him. It's a complete waste of time. He just chats utter garbage. Nothing is true. He got lucky on that one thing with Belabor, and now everything's just gone to his head. Yes, big up, brother, big up. Yeah, but this Noah Siddiqui one, I don't believe this anywhere near as much as the Kees Smit situation. I don't believe it anywhere near as much as that. The Kees Smit one, I think, is legit and genuine. This Noah Siddiqui stuff, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not buying the Siddiqui situation right now. So yeah. Yes, big up, brother. No, we won't get either of those. Look, guys, we're not going to sign a centre back in January. I think people need to realise that the only sorts of business we're going to do in January are signings like Mohamed Zongo we did the other day, young players for the future. We're not going to get these kinds of players. I don't want to come across negative, but these people are not coming. These people are not coming in January, chat. You know, we need a dose of realism in the building. We need a dose of realism in the building right now. That's what we need. We need a dose of realism in the building. And that is what I'm trying to provide. Because we have to be realistic about the current situation that we're in, chat. Bro, no one's saying they can't. Wesley Fofana, we understand the situation because of his injuries. Reece James is now back playing 3 times a week. Players are going to get run into the ground if they keep playing 90 minutes every 2 to 3 days. I don't have an issue with the rotation. My issue is the square pegs in round holes situation. Putting fullbacks in midfield, playing centre backs at right back. You know, that's my issue. But ultimately, as well, the quality in the squad's not good enough. Yeah, I think one of those two will be in the squad next season. I agree on that. One of those two will be in the squad. By the way, guys, keep smashing the like button. We're 58 here. 58 likes, almost 100 in the building. Run it up, chat. Run it up. Get this to 100 likes, people. It really helps me out. So please do just smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. It would massively help me out. It does more good than you can believe. It does more good than you can believe. But yeah, look, January, I think, is going to be quiet. There's not going to be an awful lot going on, in my opinion. Not going to be an awful lot going on. Look, to be honest, I don't think Maresca fully trusts Andre Santos at the moment. He doesn't fully trust Santos right now. So yeah, we'll see. No, the club haven't written the season off. The club have definitely not written the season off, guys. He's training with the 21s. He's been playing some games with the 21s, and he'll probably leave in January. No, I don't think you can like comments in the chat. No, I actually don't. I've got no idea. Well, to be honest, I don't think he does anymore. I think a lot of Tosin's trust has eroded away. I think a lot of the Tosin trust has eroded away, chat. Exactly, people. Exactly. That's what you lot need to be doing right now. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bro, Sterling hopefully gone in January. I hope so. But we'll have to wait and see. Yes, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Hope things are well with you. I like Smit, but don't think he's physical enough, especially given our midfield isn't physical enough. Let's wait and see. Anyway, let's move away from that. No. That's not the case. That absolutely is not the case. I promise you, that's not the case. So yeah. What else have we got going on? Let me just get rid of a few of these tabs. Right, let's move ahead to. Oh no, we've got one more bit of transfer news. I don't know how accurate or reliable this is, but we're going to go through it anyway. Chelsea and Man City have both joined the hunt for Dayot Upamecano. Team Talk understands conversations have taken place. Let's read this. We do need a centre-back in the summer. Chelsea and Man City have both joined the hunt for Dayot Upamecano and have had conversations about his possible arrival on a free transfer from Bayern Munich. Although sources can reveal that a transfer twist awaits if that interest turns concrete. Upamecano is one of three big-name central defenders who are potentially available on frees next summer, along with Gurhi and Ibrahima Konate. Upamecano has interest from Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. So, yeah, apparently Chelsea are in the race for Upamecano. Upamecano could be available on a free next summer. Now, this would this be a decent signing? I think it would be a decent signing. It's experience, it's quality at the top level. But again, I think if he's got options like Real Madrid, Barcelona, unfortunately, despite being Chelsea, it's you're going to be playing second fiddle and you're probably going to miss out with those clubs. But I suspect, I do at the end of the day I do probably expect Upamecano to sign a new deal. And I still don't see Chelsea signing a centre-back in the summer. I don't. I think they'll go with Anselmino or Mamadou Sarr. One of those will be in there. There's a plenty goal tweet, is there? Let's have a look. This is probably going to be someone who's plays for the Bayern Munich under 12s. Do I follow Plettenberg? No, I don't think I do. I must follow Plettenberg. Maybe I don't. No, I do follow him. Why has that not come up then? Bro, I don't know what. Yeah, bro, Mark. If I was Mark Gurhey, I'd go to Bayern Munich or Barcelona. That would be a top move for him. Top move for him. But yeah, this Upamecano stuff. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. He has got a bit of a bozo gene in him at times. He does make mistakes, but he is someone who has performed at the top level and can very much perform at the top level. So yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. Again, let's wait and see for more credible journalists and reporters to bring us that news. But one that I think is credible right now is Mr. Florian Plettenberg. And there's a tweet about, this guy is right now hot property. Top clubs from England all have Yan Diamonde in their sights. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, City, and many more. Contrary to other reports, there are no concrete or advanced talks with any clubs. Contract until 2030, no release clause. A move after the World Cup is possible. Leipzig are considering a fee of over 100 million euros. Incredible talent. This guy, by the way, this guy is legit. I promise you. If you've not watched him, Yan Diamonde, the guy is serious talent. Serious talent. Is he right for Chelsea? I don't know. Whether he comes to Chelsea or goes elsewhere, trust me, watch out for this kid, Yan Diamonde, doing big bits at Leipzig right now. Big bits at Leipzig. If we check out his current stats, let me just bring Yan Diamonde up. So again, 19-year-old winger. He's going to the AFCON with Ivory Coast. He's got 2 goals in 4 caps for them. He's a left winger, can also play on the right. He only joined this summer. He joined from Spanish side Legans. But he has made an exceptional start to life in the Bundesliga. He really has. He's got 6 goals and 3 assists in 13 Bundesliga games. 7 goals, 4 assists in 15 games in all comps. So this guy has got 11 GA in 15 appearances in all comps this season. He's special. Yan Diamonde, left wing, right wing. Again, I'm not saying that we're going to sign him. Obviously, Chelsea are interested. Well, Chelsea's name is going to be linked because it's a young player who is very good. But again, I don't know where the space for him, in the squad is right now, given that Quender's coming. So yeah, it's a case of whether Chelsea feel they can sell someone, move someone on, and bring him in, or again, we're just being linked to a talented player, and that's kind of that. Maybe it's more to do with that. Yeah, another Diamonde. There's Usman Diamonde at obviously the centre half at Sporting Lisbon. There was a lot of hype around him, but that hype on Usman Diamonde is definitely dropped down a bit, hasn't it? It's definitely dropped down a bit. Lekeba is another one that Chelsea have potentially been linked with. Lekeba, 22-year-old French centre-back, doing well at Leipzig this season. Left-sided centre-half. You could definitely see a role for him at Chelsea. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Chelsea will cash in on Neto. I don't think they will. But only time will tell. But this Yan Diamonde is serious. Very, very talented boy. Very talented boy. And he's going to be a top player at whatever club he goes to. I think Leipzig know that they probably might only get 1 season out of him, which is mental. Absolutely mental. They might only get 1 season out of him. But yeah, top talent, top player, someone who, is going to develop into one of the best wingers in Europe. I've got no doubts about it. The kid has got everything. He's absolutely got everything. So let's wait and see what happens with him. There'll be decisions to be made with Garnacho, Gittins, Quenda, Neto, Esteval. If Chelsea were serious about getting Diamonde, then one of those would need to leave. So we'll wait and see what happens on that one. But Jan Diamonde, guys, if you've not checked him out, go and check him out. Big talent from RB Leipzig, huge talent. Anyway, that I think is all the transfer news, guys. That is all the transfer news. Let's move on to the game tomorrow. I mean, it's quite a welcome distraction from the game, that was. But we've got to get back to reality. We're winless in 4. Massive game against Everton. We're 1 point clear of them. And this, to me, from Maresca in the press conference, this to me sounds like Cole Palmer could be a doubt. These comments to me sound like Cole Palmer could well be a doubt. He's available. He finished the session with us yesterday with a mixed feeling, but he's okay. That doesn't sound particularly promising. That to me doesn't sound like someone who is going to start this game. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe he will start. But if he's finishing this game, if he's finishing session yesterday with a mixed feeling, then obviously today, maybe today he feels fine after the session. We don't have that information right now. But it's a bit of a strange one, that. A bit of a strange one. Guys, keep smashing the like button. By the way, we're 68 likes. Get this up over 70 likes, people. Get this over 70 likes. It's got to be done, guys. Run it up, run it up. What else have we got going on? Yeah, I just feel that Palmer situation might not be the best. It doesn't sound ideal. But yeah, look, Palmer will feature tomorrow. It just doesn't sound like he's going to start potentially. But yeah, look, who knows? But that doesn't particularly sound like he's going to be starting the game. But as I said, maybe he will. He did look rusty against Bournemouth. He's still playing his way back to full fitness. He had another full week at Cobham, was rested as part of his recovery process for that game against Atalanta. So yeah, look, we've got to hope for the best. We've got to see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one, chat. I don't know what the situation's going to be. But yeah, no, I don't think he needed surgery. I don't think he needed surgery. But yeah, he should play tomorrow. I'd imagine he'll play tomorrow, and yeah, we will move from there. We will move from there. We will move from there. We'll move from there and see, chat. Anyway, let's move away from that Palmer stuff. I suspect he'll play. There's also a small update on Liam Delap as well. On his injury. Maresca on how to help Delap through hard times with injuries. Liam in general is good. He knows he's been unlucky, but he's in general good. He's building every day to recover. He's with his teammates for breakfast and lunch, but it's just about the time to recover. Now, initial prognosis on Delap after that shoulder injury against Bournemouth was it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks out.
that now seems less. Apparently, Chelsea think he could be back in 4 weeks. I'm not going to get carried away with recovery times, but it looks like he might not miss as many games as we may have first thought. Now, look, Delap's not been great this season. He's struggled. He's not played particularly well. But yeah, we do want a scenario where he is available. He's a striker. We need options at the top end of the pitch. Yes, he does need to stop wrestling players and focus more on the football and whatnot. But look, I think there's a. I think that's more positive news than I was potentially expecting, chat. That's definitely more positive news than I was potentially expecting. So yeah, I think we can be fairly pleased with that. Now let's move into a potential lineup for Everton. Let me just bring this up on the screen now. Obviously, Dewsbury Hall is back. He's playing very well. No Moises Caicedo as well means that there's a chance of Dewsbury Hall to really stamp his authority on the midfield. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we deal with him, Iliman Ndiaye, Jack Grealish. Yeah, some big decisions to be made. Chat. Let's get it up on the screen. Right. Obviously, it's going to be Robert Sanchez in goal. Used to be shite. Now he's all right. He's going to be between the sticks. Cucurella has been struggling for form recently. He really has. But he needs to play this game. And Jarell Hato, for whatever reason, is not currently trusted right now. Maresca confirmed that after the eye problem that Fofana picked up against Atalanta by taking a boot to the face, he's fit and available. And he also spoke about Chalobah and Fofana being the best partnership right now. I expect that to be the case again tomorrow against Everton. Now, this is where it gets interesting because normally it would be... Normally I'd just say Reece James there. But I wonder whether Gusto on the bench against Atalanta means that he's going to start Gusto and he might go Reece in midfield again. But what would I do? What would I like to see? I'll be honest, I'd like to see James at right back. Then I would like to see Andre Santos in midfield. At Everton at home, I think Santos, that's a good game for him to come in. He hasn't played a single minute in the last two. Enzo Fernandez next to him. I will start Cole Palmer, and I think he will start. So Cole Palmer in the 10. Then for me personally, I'm going Garnacho left. I'm going Esteval on the right. I'm going to play Pedro Neto through the middle. I know João Pedro scored against Atalanta, but I wasn't particularly impressed with his overall performance. I really wasn't. I really wasn't that impressed with him. So this is what I would like to see. Now, I'm also fully aware that we could easily see Gusto at right back, James and Enzo in midfield again. Or if Palmer doesn't start, I'm not sure because Chelsea had opportunities. Chelsea could have sold Santos in the summer. There was a big approach from Saudi Arabia, Al Qudsiya, and there were approaches from other top clubs in Europe. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying, chat. That is what I'm saying. Like maybe he might be sold. Maybe he might be sold in the summer. Maybe he will be, but at the moment, he's a Chelsea player and he needs to be used. He's a Chelsea player right now and he needs to be used. And we also need to see the Cole Palmer Esteval link up because we still haven't seen enough of it, chat. We still haven't seen enough of it. And we desperately need to see more. Desperately need to see more, guys. Yeah, I think Neto false 9 is good. Everton are going to have a right back playing at a centre half playing at right back. Did the opposition preview yesterday. Drops this morning, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, there's an opportunity there for Garnacho really to be running at that centre half at right back. I think it's Jake O'Brien. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, guys. It's gonna be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Guys, keep smashing the likes. With 71 likes. Get this up to 80 likes. And make sure you are smashing that subscribe button as well. It's free and it takes seconds. Yeah, Caicedo can't come back soon enough. They didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to do anything. But we'll see what happens come the summer. No, I don't think so. Look, Everton will sit in a little bit, but Everton are playing good football. They've actually got genuine quality players in attack now for the first time in a while. So they'll play. Iliman Ndiaye, great player. Jack Grealish has been really cooking. And Dewsbury Hall, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got something lined up for us to smack one top bins, given our luck at the moment and given it is December. So no, Everton aren't going to come. Look, Everton will sit back a bit, but they're not just going to come and stink the gaff out. They're really not. They're really not. The thing is, I think Enzo will be rested against Cardiff. We play Cardiff on Tuesday night, so I think Enzo will be rested on Tuesday in the League Cup quarter-final. That would be an opportunity where you go, yeah, well, I'll rest Enzo in that game. Cucurella can be rested in that game because you've got Cardiff between obviously the Everton game and the Newcastle game. So yeah, I think that is. I think that will be the case. That'll be my thoughts on that. So yeah. Yeah, that would be my thoughts, guys. That would be my thoughts. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. And that is obviously something that we need to address. We need to bring that fear factor back. 100% we do. So yeah, that is something that does need to come back. But yeah, that's the team that I'd go with. That's the team that I would like to see. Changes what I think Maresca will do. Maybe Joao Pedro plays. Esteval might find himself on the bench again. Maybe if Palmer's not 100%. And maybe he goes Reece in midfield with Gusto right back. But yeah, I think that'll be the basis of the team. This is the team that I would like to see. And more than anything, chat, I don't care about the performance. More than anything, just go out there, get the win, and get the job done. That is what we need to do. More than anything, that's what we need to do. Because right now, when you're on a winless run and not playing well, you just got to pull a result out your arse from somewhere. You've got to pull a result out your arse from somewhere. And that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. A resilience, a response, starting fast, high intensity, high pressing, energy, moving the ball quickly, get an early goal, settle the nerves, get the crowd on side. All things that we need to be doing and all things we have not done at all in the last 3 games. All things that we've not done at all in the last 3 games. And all things that we need to be doing, chat. Can we do them? Yes. Will we do them? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if we will do them, chat. I'm really not. But hey, what do I know? Eh? What do I know? Maybe there'll be a different. Yeah. I'm there tomorrow. Guys, get your score predictions in the chat. I think I predicted a 1-0 win for Chelsea. But guys, get me your score predictions in the chat. I want to hear what you lot have got to say. What have you lot got to say? Yeah, but right now, bro, we just need a result to get us back on track. We just need a result to get us back on track. I don't want to play well and not win. Give me a scrappy win, and then we deal with the performance stuff later on. But right now, when you're down four games without a win and you're falling down the table, you need to go and scrap a win anyway, anyhow. So so I'm going with a 1-0. I'm going with a scrappy 1-0. But we take it. We take it and we move. Well, hopefully we get that. And then we obviously got a game against... So we will see. So what have we got? 2-0, 1-1. Just got a... Yeah, mate, I am. I think I'm block 16 again. So by the corner, which is all right, actually. Not bad. Yeah, Cardiff next week. Looking forward to that. Tick off another ground. 2-2 long throwing goals for Everton. Everton don't really score long throws, I don't think. I mean, I could be totally wrong on that, but I don't think they're doing that many. I think they're playing a lot more. Everton are playing a lot more of an expansive brand of football at this current point. So yeah, just Dewsbury Hall, just don't stick one top bins. Just have a bit of an off day, lads. We're down at the moment. We're down at the moment, Kiernan. So just no funny business, lads. No funny business. Thank you from all of us. Yeah, could you imagine? Could you imagine? No, that can't happen. That simply can't happen, guys. Simply cannot happen. But yeah, people, we're going to round it out there. Big up to everyone that's tuned in this afternoon. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Make sure you smash up the like button on the way out. Get this as close to 100 likes as we can. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. He's banned for the season. He'll be back next season. He's banned, unfortunately. Unjustifiably so, by the way. But yeah, it is what it is. He'll be back next season, though. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Big love for the support as always. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. Get as many likes as we possibly can. Get as close to 100 as well. People, we're on 76. Get this to at least 80 likes on the way out. Subscribe, as I said. If you've not checked out the opposition preview, make sure you check it out. It's on the channel now. So if you've not watched it, go and watch it once I've rounded this stream out. And give it some love. Smash a like, leave a comment. Loads of great insight into Everton there. And yeah, guys, I will be back tomorrow with more content, obviously match reaction from the Everton game. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Enjoy watching the game wherever you watch it. And I will catch you lot again tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Love, people.